So my number 8 was Jaylen Waddle from Alabama, 5'10", 185. I mean, he was on pace to outpace Devonta Smith before the injury. I mean, the thing with this guy's tape is I think Smith or Waddle would have went, in my opinion, would have went ahead of Ruggs and Judy last year in the draft if they were in the same class. I think that Waddle is probably the closest thing to a Tyreek Hill that we've seen in a while. I know that like people. Yeah, I mean, like Jaylen Waddle is special, and the big thing with him is like Tyreek Hill, he jumps up and gives for the ball. He's really aggressive. He's not an insane route runner underneath, but he doesn't need to be. He's kind of a guy that's a home run threat, but at the same time, he has like the Odell Beckham ability where if he's outside the numbers and he catches the ball and he's one-on-one, you're not going to stop him. It showed a lot of heart that he tried to play in the national championship game, and he ended up getting like a little re-injured, but he should be ready to go by the time camps are going. I mean, Jaylen Waddle's electric. They said he might run I think it was like a 4.2, like a 4.22, like something crazy. I don't know how it's going to go with the ankle injury, but they said him and Ruggs raced last offseason, and Waddle beat him by a little bit. So, I mean, we'll see how it goes, but Jaylen Waddle would be special. And him and Jalen Hurts were actually working out together this week too.
I went with Jaylen Waddle as my number 8 as well. When I was putting this together, because I haven't got through everybody yet, and I pretty well viewed Chase and Smith as 1A and 1B, and Waddle as number 2. And man, I don't know. I'm not quite there yet, but he might be up at my wide receiver 1 by the time we get to the draft. I need to put on some more tape of him. But I mean, if you're going to describe him in one word, it's electric. Over the last 2 years at Alabama, he's caught 10 touchdowns, and his average reception on the touchdown is over 43 yards. So, I mean, he makes big plays. He has a 98-yard kickoff return for a touchdown, a 77-yard punt return for a touchdown. The Eagles need special teams help. They need a big play threat. Over the last 2 years, 61% of his yards have come after the catch. So this is a guy you can get the ball to in space. It's a guy that can take the top off the defense. He can chip in on special teams. And his first name's Jalen, and apparently Howie's got a type. So, I think, when we're looking at guys at 6, I've been big on, if Chase and Smith aren't there, you got to trade back. If they stood at 6 and took Waddle, I wouldn't be upset. And I may have him up to my wide receiver 1 by the time we actually get to the draft.
My number 7 is wide receiver Jaylen Waddle out of Alabama. I'm echoing a lot of what you guys said that had him at number 8. But he was part of the Ruggs, Judy, Smith, Waddle quartet, like you guys talked about. He was more highly regarded than Smith going into the year before he missed a lot of time with the ankle injury. In 2019, he was the only wide receiver in the country to average at least 12 yards per catch, or 12 yards after the catch per reception. So he's just a yak monster. When you watch him running on a screen or a slant, he looks like a running back. He's absolutely a burner. And can be used in many different ways, including obviously taking the top off the defense, which would help the Eagles a ton. But size, drops, and route running would be the biggest concerns, I guess, putting him right outside my top 6. But honestly, I'd be perfectly happy if we walked out of this draft taking Jaylen Waddle at number 6.
Let's go on to my number 7, and that is Jaylen Waddle. Most experts see this guy as, that second tier, but like you said, Mark, I'm not so sure, man. I see this guy as definite. I would be okay with this pick at number 6. It's not one of my trade back scenarios. I'm good with Jaylen Waddle at number 6. So he's not that 1A, 1B like Smith and Chase that we'll be talking about very, very soon. But what he does bring to the table is pure speed. In the NFL, speed kills. And although you kind of have Jalen Reagor, who's kind of like that same kind of similar build, wide receiver type, but it's still a major need for the Philadelphia Eagles. This is a guy who have recorded more than 110 receiving yards in 4 out of the 5 games he played in. And then you see Jaylen Waddle also agreeing, Chris, compared to Tyreek Hill. I had Tyreek Hill circled on my notes here from watching the tape. He was on a Heisman pace of himself before he got injured against Tennessee, 139 yards per game. So due to there's so many talented fits for the Eagles in that day 2 area. If in a dream world scenario where you could again go back to 8 to 12 and take Jaylen Waddle and get another day 2 pick, that would be a major home run. Although I would be ecstatic to take him at number 6.